All right, well, hello and welcome to our episode number 3. I'm back with Kim Barrett, our number one expert on social media and Facebook marketing. So what we're going to do now is we're going to actually go with speed in our podcasts, all right, and cut all the fluff out, and give our audience information quickly. And because I know myself, I don't like to listen to a lot of crap. All right, so if you want to know about Kim Barrett, he is number one marketing expert in Australia and amongst some of the best worldwide, and you can read all about him later in your own time. Let's get stuck straight into it. Kim, what we decided to do from last time, that we decided to break up the setup of the business page on Facebook in different parts.
Yeah.
All right, so we want to give our audience a lot more value, and you know what I'm like. I like to give them a lot of information and good information that they can actually use themselves, and which will help them. Okay, so today we're going to talk about. This is going to be part 1. We're going to discuss the banner again. We're going to discuss our story, setting up your story, real estate on Facebook, username, and what to include in your contact details.
100%.
Okay, so what I have really wanted to do here is pick an example on Facebook. And the first thing that comes to mind is a business page that caught my eye because it's my favorite restaurant as well in WA, in Perth, Rambler on Swan. It's restaurant of the year. It's amazing. I've been going there since they opened, and having a look at the website, very impressive. I love what they've done, so let's use that as an example. Okay.
Yeah. And I mean, look, Rambler, if you want to invite us to film part 2 at there with free food and drinks, not a problem. Like, we won't say no.
And good red wine.
Yeah.
Excellent red wine there. No, it is an amazing restaurant. We love it. You should go try it anyhow. So let's get stuck into it. I've got it here. So I've got the page up.
Yeah. So I mean, if we start on the first point you mentioned, the banner, I think they have probably one of the best examples, like I mentioned last week on banners, of what it should be done. It really shows that they've got drone footage, they've got a good experiential component to it, which I think works so well, because obviously you can do either video or you can do still as well, but they have such a good video on there which really shows the experience, the outcome that people are going to get, which is like, what does it look like? So obviously it's not going to look like that on a rainy day, but they've done a tremendous job showing this is where we are, this is what it looks like, and this is the experience, and this is how you will feel when you come in.
That's the location. It's brilliant. Very good footage, nice, short, punchy, straight to the point. You get the idea, right? What to expect when you get there, right? Brilliant. And then from there, so again, utilize that space to have a very strong banner. Like this is your prime real estate. When people get on your page, that's the first thing they see, right? Yeah. So it's either a video, a really good, short, snappy video that projects exactly what you do there, promotes the services or the products in the best way possible, or a very strong campaign, very strong image. That also explains that.
The only thing that I think is maybe somewhat lacking is the call, like I mentioned last week, is the call to action. Like I would have like a come visit us or something like that, because it is at the end they fade to just a black screen.
Yeah.
It's like visit us today.
Yeah, absolutely.
Something like that would be the only thing that I would change with that. The video is perfect, but that's what I would do. And then secondarily to that is they don't have that call to action button underneath the banner.
Do you know what? That's really important, and they can do a lot of good with a good call to action button there to book or to inquire more about weddings or events or something like that.
Exactly. I would be bringing people from that into Messenger, like we spoke about last week. I think doing that, they can take bookings in there. They can have inquiries listed that will send messages to their team. Like, I would personally take, because again, it's empty real estate.
Yeah, absolutely. They can utilize it, and it could be very beneficial for their business. So other than that, let's move forward. So from there, we will go straight to, as well, what you see here is our story. And what's really impressive about that is that the story here, it's exactly the amount of content that you want to see.
Yeah.
I was guilty in the past of just putting a lot of content on there, right? Because I just wanted to say so much to people, but it doesn't work like that in that space, right? So again, it's perfect. Here we go. Their story is Rambler Restaurant. It's located in South Perth. The menu, the highlights, the cuisine, everything that the customer needs to know. Nice and sweet.
Succinct, and it's done for their industry. Like, yes, certain things you would have done differently, but it's like, okay, what is it? It's a restaurant, so we have local produce, we're open these days, this is who we serve, and this is where we are. It's like everything that you want: nice, simple, succinct, bite.
Do you know what I would like to see there as well? Their awards, like the one Restaurant of the Year for 2018. And I think that's a pretty big deal, and it's an amazing restaurant. They have excellent kitchen, so maybe that there as well. That would be excellent. But other than that, I like it.
Well, that's as well. You can see there, the last update was Thursday, December 14, 2017. So that's probably why. Like, I like to make sure that things similar to a website, you don't want it to be stale. So if you have that come through, update that, keep those things up to date.
Even just a small adjustments so people can see that this is constantly updated. Someone is active there and doing some things. And again, the photo, it's not a photo of the restaurant, but it's a photo of the amazing city that you get when you go and dine or lunch in that restaurant. It's a perfect shot. I love it. It makes you feel good, like I want to go there.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
Okay.
I might go here straight after.
Excellent, nice. Now, let's talk about the username, right? The username. So when you have when you set up your page, obviously, I've seen a lot of people, they don't even know what that username is for, and I've seen people put a lot of different stuff there that actually has got nothing to do with the business, or in some cases that this is all should come up in your research before you set up a business. Because we obviously, our audience are people who are setting up their business for the first time or on Facebook for the first time. So if your username is taken by somebody else, they give you options. Some people are just like, oh yeah, I'll go with that, Rambler on Swan 2018 or 1960 or whatever, or some people just do something totally different, right? So let's talk about the username first, Kim.
Yeah.
What is that username and what should it be?
Well, I always think, because the best thing about the username is, number one, it's what's going to show up when people type it into the search bar on Facebook. So that's really why, even if they give you an option and it's not your name, always go with it. So our username was taken. So it's like / your social voice was gone. So I put / your social voice AUS, like Australia, on the end of it. Because people are going to type it in, so you want it to come up not only in the search bar on Facebook, but also on the search bar on Google. When people were searching it, if you changed it, if they changed it to like Rambler in South Perth, Australia, it's not going to come up as well as when people type Rambler on Swan into Google or into the search bar. Is going to skew the results. So your business name, which is the searchable part, that is really what you need to have it in there. And then I would just add so these guys could have Rambler on Swan Perth if Rambler on Swan was taken. Obviously it wouldn't be, because it's a pretty specific name, but that's what I would add in.
Yeah, or if they're like all over the country with, if it's a franchise, or Rambler on Swan Oz or Australia, whatever. Yeah. Makes a lot of sense. So the username should be ideally your business name. Yeah. That's your best outcome. If it's not available, then you can go through the different options and so on. Before we move to the contact details, I want to touch as well on the actual profile image, since we're there, because we didn't discuss that last time. Right? So your profile image, as far as I'm concerned, and we'll see what you think, Kim, that I think it should be a really good image with the right size as well for Facebook, and all this stuff. You can access it on Facebook online, off your logo, and that is it. Don't put nothing else on there except your business brand.
100%. And because what people forget is that becomes like similar to our own personal profile image. It gets put in a circle, and it's shown up next to anything that people tag, share, if anyone else is talking about you. So you want to make sure that it's something that is instantaneously identifiable as you. Not like, imagine if they just had, for example, Rumble, if they just had the picture of the swan, you wouldn't really know just at a glance who it was. It needs to be, okay, immediately, bang, I can see it has the name, the same font as the restaurant. When I go there, I can see it. Immediately, I make the connection.
That's right, because a lot of people actually will have it depends on the branding and the style that you followed in the business. They might have an icon or, some sort of a style that doesn't include their business name.
Yeah.
You're not Apple yet. You can't just get away by just putting the Apple there and everyone knows that. That's years down the track once you established a very strong brand in the marketplace, right?
100%.
But, you need to include everything, your business name, your logo, and hopefully you've set it up well so it sits in that real estate space nicely. Yeah. Okay, excellent. So now let's go to what to include in your contact details. And again, another really great example that I haven't seen in many business pages that was really cool when I was looking on my phone when we were making a booking the other day. That they have got an option there on how to get there using public transport, even the dress code. They've really covered everything. Their opening hours, I love it.
They have everything that you
again.
want.
Hopefully, we get a good discount next time we go there.
They have everything that you want, and that comes down to what we touched on last week, which is having the right profile and template set up. Making sure that you're selected as a restaurant, and then the view that you have is then going to give you those options, because for me, it's not going to give me a dress code option for coming to your social voice because I'm not a restaurant. It's not going to give how to get here on public transport because only certain clients come in. It's not all the time public coming here.
That's right.
So that, and we have opening hours on ours, but you need to make sure you select the right one. So if you're a cafe or a restaurant, it needs to be that type of profile selected so you can add those details. And you should really know what's important to people. Opening hours is so important. I hate when I see a cafe or a restaurant that doesn't have the opening hours, because if I want to go for brunch on Sunday, I'm not going to risk going there if there's no information. And I don't want to call you either.
How funny that happened last week.
Oh, really?
Right. We were talking about it. So, you know what I did? I invited actually Teresa and a couple of her awesome friends. And I sold this place. I said, you remember the coffee? Right.
Oh, yeah.
Let's not,
Yeah.
I said it's the best coffee in the world. You need to try this coffee. And, I put them all in the car from the city all the way to Free, and we get there because there was no opening hours on Facebook. But again, in all fairness, that business is really active on Instagram and, really good presence on Instagram, but not so much on Facebook. And that's exactly what he said as well. But, it's something that
You should have opening hours then on Insta.
But then again, no, I reckon you should have all the information across all platforms.
Yeah,
if you're on Facebook, if I can find you on Facebook, I need to find all these details.
Yeah.
You agree?
But here's the funny thing, right? You could have called, but you didn't. The reason why? 56% of people would rather message or have the information available immediately rather than call. You could have called to double check, but these days we wouldn't. Even if there's a phone number there, I'll either number one, risk it, or number two, I just won't go there if they don't have the information.
We're getting lazier and lazier. We want things right there. This is our culture now. We've become the massive culture of convenience. It's all about conveniences. I need to just 2 seconds and everything that I want to know in my face.
Exactly, and that's why people should have a messenger bot. That's why they should have Messenger available where it has information, opening hours, boom, sitting right there.
Which, by the way, this is something that we do really well.
Yeah.
Also, yeah. Okay, so again, use everything that use all the tools that Facebook have got there, and use that page as an example. Whether you like the restaurant or not, whether you like that style food or not, just have a look at it because it really shows a great example of what you should do on your business page. Their customer service as well there is outstanding, and that is also reflected on everything that you do because, from your business cards to your presence online to everything else, it shows that we care. We're a business and we love what we do. We care about what we do, and we put, a lot of pride in everything.
Yeah.
Make sense? So, okay. So contact details, obviously your URL, your website address, very important. Your opening hours, contact number, the type of business, and any other useful information that you could give people when they're looking for your business.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to add on that, Kim?
No, I would just say that if you do have a direct booking link, most of the time, if everything else is available on Facebook, don't just send them to your website, send them to the booking form. Because if I'm there, that's generally where I want to go. Again, make it easy for them. So as opposed to just having your general website, if it's like, for example, RumbleOnSwan/book now, send them to that link, because if they've already got the menu, the information, the opening hours, that's what they want to do next.
Brilliant. Why just send them to the website and then they have to navigate on? This is one of the things that I usually look at when I'm providing consultation to business clients, especially when it comes to their website. If I get on your website and I have to click twice to find anything I need, you failed.
Yeah.
You lost. This is not good. I want to get on your website as soon as your website comes up on the screen. I want to see, okay, there's contact details, there's a phone number if I want to call, there's the email if I just want to email, there is a catalog or a menu download straight away if I need to look at that, and there is a booking as well. So here, a good example for this page here, or your business page, is to have the relevant link to the website, the type of business, the opening hours, the contact, all the contact details, and bang, there you have it.
Yeah, that's it.
I love it. I think we covered enough. I think this is a good, quick session on Facebook business pages.
Yeah.
And if you have nothing else to add, we'll just finish it right there. So thanks again for listening, and look out for our next episode. Goodbye.